His time in America was not limited to the Heritage Conference. Orbán was everywhere, flogging his book, The Hungarian Way of Strategy, in a meeting with the New York Young Republican Club, appearing on Tucker Carlson Tonight, and meeting Vance at his office in the Dirksen building for a photo op. He tweeted a resulting picture with the words, "Thank you for being a good friend of #Hungary and for standing up for our shared values." Back home, where his visit was widely reported on in state media, Orbán's high-profile itinerary was touted as affirmation of the prominent place that Hungary occupies on the American political landscape. One heritage official excitedly told me, "I'm definitely going to make the pilgrimage to Budapest." During the panel discussion, Orbán was treated like a visiting dignitary by the moderator, Delano Squires, a research fellow at the Foundation's Helen DeVos Center for Life, Religion, and Family. Like a talk show host soliciting advice from a self-help guru, Squires was palpably eager to learn what lessons Orbán could convey from his battles to defend Western civilization. And Orbán seemed happy to oblige. After joking that he has the same scary last name as Viktor Orbán, Balázs lauded the cooperation between Hungary and Heritage. He explained that Hungary had become a conservative safe space where traditional family values were strictly observed. Hungary, he claimed, had slashed abortion and divorce rates in half, an essential component of its efforts in a geopolitical competition with non-Western nations that are outstripping the West in birth rates. To safeguard your national identity, he said, you could surrender by allowing in vast numbers of migrants, or you could adopt pro-natalist policies, including financial incentives and property subsidies. He didn't have to add which course he recommended for America. Why were the America Firsters at the Heritage Foundation, the think tank that is the crown jewel of the conservative movement, looking to a Hungarian parliamentarian as a guide to navigating the culture wars? How had a small, landlocked country with half the population of Florida and dependent on economic subsidies from Brussels emerged as a model for the proud American right, those supposed believers in American exceptionalism? How, in short, did Hungary become the future that works for this country's conservatives? Over the past decade or so, I've had numerous opportunities to observe the conservative fascination with foreign autocrats firsthand. As editor of The National Interest, a magazine that was founded by the neoconservative godfather Irving Kristol, and that published Francis Fukuyama's essay, The End of History, I have come into contact with a wide variety of figures on the right, a number of whom ended up in Donald Trump's orbit. After graduating from Oberlin College, I became an assistant editor at the magazine in 1989, the year the Eastern Bloc crumbled, before attending graduate school at Georgetown University. As an editor at the New Republic, I coined the term theocon in a cover story in 1996 about intellectual radicals on the right. After writing a book about neoconservatism and the Iraq War, I ended up returning in 2008 to The National Interest, which Kristol had sold in the interim to the Canadian media mogul Conrad Black and the Nixon Center for Peace and Freedom in 2001. In 2007, Black was convicted of mail fraud and obstruction of justice. In May 2019, President Trump granted Black, the author of Donald J. Trump, A President Like No Other, 2018, a full pardon. Black ceded full